Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Dad Rails stream on the Cross City Line this evening. We will be starting on time at 20:30, approximately 7.5 minutes.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Dad Rails stream starting in approximately 3 minutes time. Please have your drinks and light refreshments ready. Tea and biscuits with a manager is optional but probably mandatory, if you know what I mean. And we will be starting in about 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes for the start of the Dad Rail stream.
And on all train services. This includes e-cigarettes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Dead Rail stream with me, Richard. How are we all doing tonight? Who have we got with us? Jeff Young, Sophie Mrs. Time Lord, James Hunt, Anakin Hung, Ricky Cunningham. Definitely not a hacker. I'll take your word for that. Sam Brooks. Who have we got? Members, Pig and Bob. Officially Charles moderating. Nightbot in there as well. Great to have you all here, ladies and gentlemen. Day 2 of 7 of our run of Dad Rail streams. And today we are doing the Cross City South line. Not the Cross City South, my apologies, that's my Open BVE days talking there. We are doing the Cross City line, the Cross City proper line. So just before we jump in, and as always, guys, I've got to tell you that all the views and opinions expressed within this stream are solely my own, may not reflect those of any companies I may be employed by or associated, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah, and all of that good stuff. If this happens to be the first stream you've seen by me, then my name is Richard, and I'm a freight train driver and former passenger train driver based in the southeast of England. We are going to be having all of our usual features, ladies and gentlemen, as you would expect from a Dad Rail stream.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Locomotive Livery Location. With one box revealed already. That's not a good start, is it? Let's reset that. Tonight's picture is from Loco CL66. Should be a good one tonight. It's I think it's going to be a good one, but I always get it wrong anyway. We're also going to be jumping in and out of the Discord server. Hopefully this is going to work. Well, hey, and if you want to be posting your pictures, we're in the live stream pictures page, and there is an invitation link in the description below to the Discord server. So let's jump into Train Sim World 3. We'll get fired up, and then I shall go through the chat, see if I can't answer some of your questions, and see if we can have a little bit of banter and that sort of thing going on. So we're going to do a Lichfield to Redditch, because that's what the thumbnail says. Trent Valley we want really though, don't we? We want to do the whole thing. Lichfield Trent Valley to Redditch, which is a 1 hour 26 minute run. So that will be the only run we do in today's stream. 7:36 in the morning on the 16th of January. That should make for some nice sunrises, and we'll keep the dynamic weather on. But it's Birmingham, so it'll probably start raining if we're being honest. Let's press that get started button. Matthew, yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you doing? Rafe the Train Spotter, hello and welcome. Jez Davis, hello. Bluegrass asking for Discord already. Fantastic. So, before we've even started, we've got 73 of you lovely people in tonight. So if you haven't already, guys, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. That would be lovely. So we're Class 323 West Midlands Railway, 3 carriages. And that's pretty much all we need to worry about for now. Okay, I haven't played with this train for a few weeks now, so let's see if I can get it to do everything it's supposed to do. Normal. Have we got everything in there? I think we have. Okay, let's give it a go. There's another key around here somewhere that we have to put in, isn't there? Do we have to put a guard's key in it or something, if I remember rightly? Or am I thinking of a completely different train? Right, okay, let's just put the key on and see what happens. So... we've got AWS, that's a good start. We have AWS. Open the doors on the right-hand side. Has that worked? No, it still says unlock doors. Okay, yeah, no, there is another key, isn't there, to go in somewhere. Where does it go? Where does it go? Come on, people, tell me. Somebody tell me where the guard's key goes. Manual door control. No, it's not that. I'm looking straight at it, aren't I? Door key's on the top left. Top left as I look at the back wall. I must be going blind, I can't see it. Somebody help me. Top left of the driver's area. Ah, of course, yeah. Right, let's try again. Thank you very much. Right, let's finish setting the train up. Let's get some lights on. We're on night headlight. Tail lights are off. We could do the GSMR on here as well, can't we? Which is pretty cool. 2 Romeo 1-5. Perfect. Lock doors. You can tell the difference between this and a 375 that I was doing yesterday, 377. Obviously, I'm very familiar with the 377, so that was quite easy. Hey, William, thank you very much, bud. That is extremely generous of you. You're more than welcome. It's an absolute pleasure. Really appreciate that, bud. Thank you very much. What a legend. That deserves... Thank you very much, sir. Right, I've got no idea what we're doing, so this is going to be potentially a very interesting... yeah. Have I ever got any idea what I'm doing anyway? Let me know if the audio's okay, guys, if you need the game audio up or down as well. Whistleboard, it is after 6 o'clock in the morning, so we can blow our horn. Hey, David, if I'm good, thank you, bud. How are you doing? Okay, so our next station is Lichfield City in 0.9 miles. So there's our timetable. Lichfield City, Shenstone, Blake Street, Butlers Lane, Four Oaks, Sutton Coldfield, Wild Green, Chester Road, Erdington, Gravely Hill, Aston, Duddingstone, Birmingham New Street, Five Ways, University, Selly Oak, Bourneville, Kings Norton, Northfield, Longbridge, Bark Green, Alvechurch, and finally Redditch. Right, let's see if we can do this run on time. Yeah, I have got a safety system isolated because I've still got a light on there. I'll have a look at that once we stop at the station. And there's a 20 there, look. This is the disadvantage of not having any route knowledge at all, guys. I'm purely relying on the HUD. I'm going to have to pay a little bit more attention. Right, we are a 3-car train. We're coming into Lichfield City. We've got an offside door release. And we'll check what safety... It might be the TPWS that's still isolated. Which is probably why it didn't take me out approaching the 20 there. Okay, so we're looking for the 3-car mark. Which is just up there. We can just about see that. Little bit of brake step 2. You need to drive this route quite aggressively. The timetable is it's pretty tight at the best of times. So we're probably going to end up running well late. Okay, so brake step 3 into neutral. We're going to use the doors on the offside because that is just a good thing to do. Okay, so we're not actually late. Well, I suppose we were doing like 60 and a 20, so that's probably why. Okie dokie, right, let's check this safety system. I'm guessing TPWS temporary isolation. No, it's still showing I've got a safety system out. Normal, oh, vigilance. That always ends badly with vigilance. I end up tripping the vigilance somewhere along the line. Sophie, Mrs. Time Lord, Richard, what is the difference between AWS and TPWS? That's a really good question. So the AWS is the bell and the horn that you hear. So when we go towards a green signal, you hear a ping in the cab, and I need to do absolutely nothing. When we go towards a single yellow, double yellow, red, or a speed restriction, we get an AWS caution, which is the meh noise that you hear. So on hearing that, I've got to press the AWS reset button. I get 2.7 seconds to press that. If I don't press it within 2.7 seconds, then the emergency brakes will come hard on. TPWS is Train Protection Warning System, so basically it's a speed monitoring system. If I approach a red signal too fast, or I approach a speed restriction too fast, then the TPWS, the brake demand light, will start flashing and it will give me an emergency brake application. So the AWS is kind of a warning system. So it's a warning to the driver that you've got something coming up, that you need to take action on something, whereas the TPWS is, as it says, Train Protection Warning System, so that's going to chuck your brakes in if you're coming up to a signal too fast or anything like that. Anakin Hung, do you need to stop and report in real life if you don't slow down on time? No, that you would... Depending on how severe it is. If you're a couple of miles an hour over the speed limit, then you're not really going to worry about that. If it's a big sort of... If you're over the speed limit by quite a lot, it's probably a good idea to report that. No, that's the couple button. That's because the door close button is there on a networker. That's why I'm getting confused. Okay, so we got a green. We're off to Shenstone. We are still in the 20. Hey, Jason, still waiting at Virginia Water here until 2054. Well, hey. Oh, I spent many hours waiting at red signal at Virginia Water. So we're still 20 coming out of here. Yeah, no problem, Sophie. That was a bit of a all over the place explanation, but hopefully you got the gist of it. Welcome Richard Evans to Dad Rail. I've subscribed to my own channel. CEO of the Intercity 225. That's a good question. Dabrowell, can the speed limit be changed at times, and how are drivers told there is a new speed limit? So you're just checking what I'm doing here, 45. So your line speeds are all preset and all published. You've got signs by the side of the track which tell you what the line speeds are. If you've got a temporary speed or an emergency speed, then you'll get line side signage as well. You'll get like yellow boards which give you warnings of emergency speed restrictions and temporary speed restrictions. You can also get something called a blanket speed restriction, which is where, say you've had really bad weather, they might impose a 50 mile an hour blanket speed restriction across the entire network. So that'll be advised to you by the radio normally. So yeah, your speed limit changes are signposted. However, you do need to know what they are. That does form part of your route knowledge. So when you learn to drive a train, you need to learn all the routes that you drive over, and you'll need to know where all the speed limit changes are on that route. But like I said, if there's an emergency speed or a temporary speed because there's been engineering works or damage to the track, you will have signage out on the track to tell you about that. You do get some of the scenarios on Train Sim World do simulate that, but unfortunately, in timetable mode, I don't think there are any. So 55 there, Power Notch 2 holding it on the uphill gradient quite nicely. 1.8 miles to the station. Yeah, as Jason correctly says as well, we get a document called a WON, which is a weekly operating notice, and a PON, which is a periodical operating notice. And those documents detail changes as well to line speeds and stuff like that. So temporary speed restrictions will be published in the weekly operating notice, and any sort of alterations to the permanent speed restrictions will also be published in there. Right, what are we doing? 55, 1.4 miles to Shenstone. Trying desperately not to have tea and biscuits with the manager. Hey, Norberto Silveira, welcome to Dadbrand, new subscriber. Great to have you here. So we're 1 mile out of the station. Let's play a little game.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
So if this is the first stream you've seen by me and you haven't seen Locomotive Livery Location before, you'll get the hang of it very quickly. Post your numbers now between 1 and 25 for our first round of Locomotive Livery Location. Drop a little bit of brake in there because the speed's just run away with me. Shenstone coming up. Let's get a bit of brake in. I haven't forgotten, guys. Right, Pig and Bob, you have got the third number on my screen with number 15. So once we stop at Shenstone, that is what we will be going for. How far up's the station? There it is. Oh, crikey. I was going to say there's no platforms there. Everything had clipped out. Right, so we're a 3-car train. We're coming in really hard. London Underground style. It could be a good stop. It could be a good stop. Hey, we're going to take that. Okay, we are a 3-car train. We're on the 3-car mark. Doors on the left.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Okay, guys, so here we go. Locomotive Livery Location. I'm going to give you box number 15. You have got 10 seconds to give me the locomotive, livery, and location. Here we go. Oh, well. If you can get it from that, then I know you're cheating. Any ideas? Someone will know. Someone always knows. Someone will know. DT Trains, who is now a member, thanks to Davidoff gifting a membership. Thank you very much, Davidoff. Very generous of you, my friend. Do you like Ali G? Me Julie! Me going to Staines, me Julie. I probably shouldn't try and do impressions like that. It's probably kind of stereotyping or something like that. No offence intended to anybody. Ali G is like from way back in the day. Daytona says perfect. Southeast Rail Production says a southern station. Richard Evans, number 3. Someone's creating loads of accounts in my name. Sophie Mrs. Time Lord thinks it's a location in a tunnel. Rowan, no idea. Bluegrass, lol. Daytona, how do you remember all the Wands Ponds, Richard? I doubt if I could. It just forms part of your training. You kind of just... Yeah, you check them when you should and normally. Jordan, can we get an outside look at the 323? We absolutely can, Jordan. 1.8 miles to the station. I thought I'd crash the game then. I was getting worried. Beautiful looking unit there in the West Midlands livery with the working PIS on the front. I think Dovetail done a really good job with this route. The only thing I would love to have seen on this route is announcements. But fingers crossed, it looks like they may be coming. .3 miles to Blake Street. We've got a 50 coming up, which we're good for. Matthew Rice, Richard, what did you do as platform staff? So I was a platform dispatcher based at Tunbridge Station many, many years ago. So it's customer service and holding the bat up and waving the trains off. Really good job, really enjoyable, really varied. It's a good place to start on the railway. Gives you a really kind of good foundation knowledge of railway operations and what's going on. So yeah, I'd recommend it to anybody. Yeah, CEO of Intercity 225. That was almost a kind of please help moment. Yeah, Rafe the Train Spotter. I've had a little look at that. The Armstrong Powerhouse signal pack. It is lovely. Some of the signal textures and stuff in that really are beautiful. No worries, Jason. You have a very good rest of your shift, bud. And ding ding. Right, I feel like I'm coming in really slow here. We're only 400 odd yards out, so I think we're doing alright for the minute. Yeah, Davidoff, no worries, bud. You're more than welcome to. So, guys, we are doing 7 days of Dad Rail streams to make up for the fact that I haven't streamed for ages, and it is also the anniversary of the Dad Rail YouTube channel, which I didn't know. I must say, I didn't know when I started streaming, when I started planned this week, so that's purely a coincidence. So tomorrow night's stream will be SCR, and anybody who's in the Discord server and has access to the SCR private server, you'll be able to play along with that as well. So tomorrow night will be SCR. We're a 3-car train, 3-car mark, doors on the left. Yeah, and then on Wednesday we're going to be jumping into Train Sim Classic. Not entirely sure what route that's going to be yet. It will probably be the West Coast Main Line. But not entirely sure. Hey, Deity Trains, thank you very much. Here's to my favourite YouTuber, Ali G is the GOAT. Right, we're off to Butler's Lane, into forward. Hey, British Ace, welcome. How you doing, bud? I saw you watching the Train Sim World official stream earlier with the 3D modelling. Looked really interesting. Definitely like to see more of those. So, right, we are good for 60. Let's play a game.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
Jordan, do you put it in neutral because you don't have a DRA? We do have a DRA there, Jordan. But we would only use the DRA if we were stopped at a red signal. If we were stopped at a station with no starting signal and the previous signal was 1 yellow. Or if we were stopped at a station with no starting signal and the previous signal was a shunt signal. So yeah, just stopped at a station normally on a green signal, you wouldn't set the DRA. Right, what do we got? Third number on my screen. Bluegrass has got it with number 13. Dead centre of the board, more or less. Let's get stop at Butler's Lane and we'll do number 13. We're almost keeping time here as well. We're only a little bit down. So we are free for the free. We've got an S-car mark at the end of the platform there. Are you certain of your stopping pattern? Yes. All shacks. There we go. Into neutral. We're a 3-car train, 3-car marked, doors on the left.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
Pressing the wrong buttons there, guys. Okay, we are going with number 13. 10 seconds. Locomotive livery location. Oh, hello. Anybody going to get it from that? It's green. Hey, Sam Robinson, how you doing, bud? Great to have you here. We are 55, we are 1 mile to Four Oaks. We are running late. Let's drive it like we stole it. Yeah, Daytona, definitely DRA, reserved for serious stuff, good safety philosophy. If you overuse it, Daytona, then it becomes ineffective. So yeah, it is used for specific purposes only. Otherwise, setting it just becomes habitual, and therefore it loses its effectiveness. So yeah. Joseph Adams is confused. DT Train says Southern 377. 156 Andrew's going with a 456. Sam Brooks is going with a 171. Joseph thinks it might be a 166. Craig Nicklin is going for a 323. Oh, that's interesting, Craig. Aeronautics thinks it's a 387. Sophie Mrs. Time Loss thinks it might be a Great Western Railway HST. We've got to try and get this time back. So, in real life, when you're driving a train, you can't speed. Speeding is like a huge no-no. So if you're running late, the only way you can make time back is by coming into stations a bit harder and leaving your braking a bit later. But probably not as late as I have there. Come on. Well, we're making up time. Are we going to stop on the platform? It's on the platform. It counts. It counts. 3-car train, 6-car mark. The whole thing's on the platform. We're taking it, guys. We're taking it. And we're back on time. So yeah, no, in real life, the only way you've actually got that you can make up time is to start coming into your stations a bit harder. The problem with that is, if you start coming into stations too hard, then you do risk having overruns. If you've got a bit of low adhesion and stuff like that going on, then it can start to cause all sorts of problems. So you might have noticed there as well that I did use the emergency brake coming in. If in doubt, chuck the lot in, use the emergency brake. Depends on what company you work for. Some companies you'll have to report that, other companies you won't have to report that. So the company that I worked for previously, and my current company, emergency brakes initiated by the driver is not reportable. It used to be, but the reason they stopped you reporting it is because they found drivers were reluctant to use it. It was a case of, oh, we won't use it, we'll see if we get away with stopping in full service, then we don't have to report it. And then drivers were overrunning stations and stuff because they were reluctant to use the emergency brake. So by removing the whole reporting procedure, you kind of make people more comfortable using it if they need to. But that was, yeah, I'm taking that. That was, we got the train back on time. Thank you, Sam. I thought it was professional. Sutton Coldfield. Let's see if we can have a bit of a better stop here. A little bit of speeding there, nothing too bad. Yeah, Keith, you're 100% right there. Better to be a few minutes late than risk an operational incident. So I know sometimes in the timetables where you will have a little bit of slack. It's like certain stations you might have 2 or 3 minutes dwell time where you can get a bit of time back. You're 100% right there, Keith. There's an old saying, it's better to be 5 minutes late in this world than 10 years early in the next, or hopefully a few more than 10. But right, 35 coming up. There's our 35. We're 500 yards out of the station. And DT Train says Sutton Coldfield is my favourite station on the route. So Davidoff, if you send me your Roblox username and then you make sure your privacy settings are set to allow people to invite you to their servers, then I can get you in. That's not a problem at all. Sutton Coldfield. We are a 3-car train. We're looking for the 3-car mark. Which is just about there. The timings on this are really, really tight, aren't they? You really do need really good route knowledge to drive this effectively. There we go. We are a free car train. We're on the free car mark. Doors on the left. Adam, thank you very much, bud. That's very generous of you. £5 donation from Adam there. Really appreciate that. Just finished a flight from Manchester to Frankfurt on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Then I saw your streaming on YouTube and had to come ASAP. Love your videos. All the best. Thank you very much, Adam. Really appreciate that. We're already in forward there. So we are off to Wild Green. Yeah, so like here, you've got no starting signal provided on the end of the platform. If the previous signal had been one yellow, then we would have set the DRA, which is just to remind ourselves that the next signal is potentially red before we pull away. So we're straight up to 60 in just a few seconds. Got to wait for the back of the train to clear that. We're only a little free car train, so we should be alright there. Oh, we did miss it. Not by much, though. We'll take it. And Wild Green in 1.1 miles, no speed limit changes coming up. Richard, when will you play British Railway? That will happen at some point this week, bud. That is I can absolutely promise you that will happen. Daryl Henry sent you an image for locomotive livery location. Yeah, no worries, bud. Did you send it on Discord or Twitter? Or I expect I do have it. Even if I haven't replied, I expect I do have it. Quite steep gradients on this route as well. Right, Wild Green. (156) Andrew says, "Hi, Mumrail." Hi, Mumrail. She's not talking to me. I've upset her. Right, let's get a little bit of braking. We're on a slight uphill gradient. Gradients do massively affect the braking performance of the train as well. So if you're on an uphill gradient coming to a station, you can normally leave your braking a little bit later. Not that much later, though. We're a free car train. We're on the free car mark. Doors are on the left.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
The next signal image is bugged on the top right. Oh, okay. We'll have a look at that one as we go past. Richard, what did you do? You never know, do you? That's the problem, you never know. Ollie's Trains Gaming, I downloaded Train Simulator last night, played the London to Peterborough route. How did you get on with it, bud? Right, we've got a green down there. We're off to Chester Road. Locomotive livery location, Aeronautics 237. You're the third one on my screen with number 20.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
Give you box number 20, guys. 10 seconds, locomotive livery. Not much to go on there. Not much to go on. Yeah, 156 Andrea, I may well need to buy her a box of chocolates. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, Chester Road coming up. Let's get some brakes in. Probably a bit of brake step 3 actually. We're now on a downhill gradient, so obviously the gradient's going to work against us. And once we stop max, we will jump in the Discord and have a little look. South East Rail Productions 456 Clapham Junction. Arthur's Transport Productions 456 Beckenham. Joshua Ritchie is saying a 171 Turbo Star DG Trains 171 at Purley. That gradient really pushing us there. We are free, we are on the free, and doors are on the left. Hey, LaserJets, how you doing, bud? Good evening. Officially, Charles thinks it's 456 Tulse Hill. British Ace is going for a 171. Let's jump into the Discord and have a little look over there. Oh, Luke, excellent. Look at that, 73s. And a Smacks Rail. What a beauty from the National Rail Museum there. Everyone's posting. Like I said before, guys, if you want to join our Discord server, you're more than welcome to. You'll find an invitation link in the description below. And that was the wrong button. So we are off to Erdington in 0.6 miles. Richard Evans, I think one day we should go and have a nice pint down the pub together. There is a nice place in North Korea right now. Yeah, I could go down the pub and take a mirror with me, couldn't I? Be an interesting experiment one night, wouldn't it? Dad Rail gets drunk. Do a route I know really well, like the London to Brighton. Do it sober, and then do it drunk. It'd be rather embarrassing if I'd done it better drunk, though, wouldn't it? Maxwell, have I done any VATSIM flying recently? I haven't, Max, no. I've done very little computer gaming recently, to be really honest with you. Ooh, yeah, that 0.9% gradient is really pushing us down there. It's a full brake application and it's not doing very much at all. Is it starting to snow? Oh, my cat's meowing. My cat doesn't like the idea of snow. Right, we're free on the free. Doors on the left. Oh, we have snow. We have snow, guys. Oh dear. TET trains. Do a video. Every donation I get, I have to take a shot. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, Bluegrass, GSMR wise, so it's buggy. Let's see if I can get it to work. Where are we going? To Gravelly Hill? We've got a 50 coming up. It is buggy. So there we go, 2 Romeo 15. We've got the brightness test button works and the brightness controls up and down work. You don't have to put your registration details in yourself, which is a little bit annoying. It kind of does it for you. And your contact signaler button works as well. So there's not loads of functionality on it, but it does work. It is in there. I've turned my wipers on. Come on, work. Work. There we go. Working wipers. Gameplay, car washes, Lego and more. Deborah, can you drive a 377? We've done a 377 and a 387 on yesterday's stream, bud. So when you finished here, go and check that one out. When is there not a bug on a Train Sim World 3 route? Right, Gravelly Hill. Gravelly Hill, platform 1 at 8:10. We're going to have to do some rulebook stuff in a minute if it's snowing. Although on the Cross City line it's probably not going to be too much of an issue. Oh, we're slipping. So we're looking for the free car mark. A little bit of lower diesel going on there as well, which is always nice. There's the 6. I must have missed the 3. As long as we put it on the platform, that's all that matters. There we go. We're a free car train. Somewhere on the platform. Doors are open. We've had snow today in the East Midlands in Notts and Derbyshire. Lock doors. Yeah, we've not had any down in Hastings. It's been very, very wet. We've had some localised flooding in some bits, but we've not had any snow. Touch wood. Thank goodness. Yeah, Davidoff, I'll sort that out for you, bud. No worries. DET trains. What determines a platform to be 1 or 2? That's a really good question. So in where I am, platform 1 is normally the London-bound platform, or furthest platform on the London side of the station. But yeah, I don't know if there's kind of any set formula for it, but that's a really good question actually. David 2008, is it possible to become a train driver without any qualifications? So what they normally ask for, David, is GCSEs. It was a C grade. I think they now say level 5 in maths and English at least. However, when you apply to become a train driver, you're going to be invited to take to an assessment day. So you'll go to an assessment centre and you're going to sit a selection of tests, psychometric tests, concentration tests, trainability tests. And the idea of those tests is to assess your ability to do the job, to work as a train driver. So if you've got no qualifications but you can pass those tests, then yeah, it is entirely possible that you can get a train driver's job with no qualifications. So we've got a 40 coming up. I'm driving very, very gingerly with all the snow going on now. Yeah, Daytona, we occasionally do get snow in Hastings. It's, yeah, right down on the south coast here, so we don't tend to get a lot, but we do occasionally. Yeah, Knifed by a Kangaroo. Have you ever thought about going into management? For me, I would like to go into... Oh, there's a 20 there. That's why I was braking earlier, wasn't it? I'd definitely never say never. I would quite like to go into training. So I mean, I'm a, what they call a mentor driver at the moment, so I have trainee drivers come out with me. But I'd quite like to go to the training school and actually work as a train driver trainer. Yeah, management doesn't... I'd never say never, but it's not on my radar at the moment. I've completely missed that. Oh, there's an S-car mark on the left-hand side there. Let's see if we can get somewhere near that. We are a 3-car train. We're on the S-car mark. Doors are on the left. CP Trains, hello, how you doing? Lock doors.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
Into forward, we are off to Duddeston. So we're running quite late now. Of course, obviously the weather's not looking too friendly. So I've slowed down a bit. We did have a little bit of lower Degen going on earlier. So just kind of adjusting my driving to the conditions. Timetable absolutely goes out the window. It's more important to drive safely than it is to drive to time. So 1 mile to Duddeston, we've got a 70 coming up. Aeronautics, when you have electric brakes, do you still have to engage brake step 2 in the snow? Because do the brakes come off to let the electric brakes... Yeah, so the reason for the whole brake step 2 thing, it's very dependent on what type of train you're driving. So 377, 375 certainly in lower Degen conditions, brake step 2. And the reason they say brake step 2 is because the sanding equipment only works in brake step 2 and above. So if you're in brake step 1, you won't get any sanding equipment. But again, that's very traction dependent. Yeah, so a lot of modern trains do have what they call WSP, wheel slip protection, which is basically ABS for trains. So yeah, it will release the brakes and reapply the brakes in order to kind of get the wheels turning and stop the wheels getting flats on them and stop you sliding. It's quite a good system. It does work pretty well, to be fair. Right, who have we got? Aeronautics 237, you have done it again. You're the third one on my screen. No, my apologies, you're not. Daryl Henry is the third one on my screen. With number 6. Which we will do as soon as we have stopped at Duddeston. You can see the WSP working here. You see the brake gauge coming up and down. Sort of it flicking around there. You can't see it now. It was doing it just a second ago. But that's the WSP, the wheel slide protection equipment working. It's just releasing and applying the brakes. Just in order to stop the wheels locking up. It is basically ABS for trains. So I'm looking for that 3 car mark. Doors are on the right here. We have an offside door release. So I have seen... Oh, there's a 4 car mark though. I didn't see a 3 car mark. We'll go with that then. So in real life, this route operates with a conductor. The conductor opens the doors and closes the doors on this route in real life. And I have seen that someone has done a modification. Somewhere, someone has done a modification where there is a conductor, an AI conductor, who opens and closes the doors. Now, that's not a publicly released modification. That's a modification which someone I know has created. So hopefully, at some point, that will be released, because that's a pretty good thing. Right, we're off to Birmingham New Street in 1.4 miles. The good news is, after Birmingham New Street, I do have a little bit of route knowledge. So I do sort of kind of know where I'm going a little bit, hopefully. So, yeah. Okay, Daryl, number 6.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Sorry, my stream's crashed. Right, let's give you number 6, guys. 10 seconds. Locomotive, livery, and location. Any ideas? Tell me what you're thinking. Hey, Northern Princess Productions, that is very, very kind of you. I will definitely be getting some of those AP packs. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Right, so we've got a 30 coming up in just a few yards, dropping down into Birmingham New Street. Another excuse gone, love it. Jonathan Garthrow, is that a 456? Oh, you tell me. LW Rail says it's a Southern. LW Rail 170 at Eastbourne. Interesting. BVE 2010 171 Norwood Junction. Sophie Mrs. Time Lord says it's a 170. Officially Charles is going for 456 at Tulse Hill. Sam Brooks 171 at Crowborough. Jonathan 456 Peckham Rye. Craig is still saying it's a 323 in Centro livery. It is indeed snowing, Gregory. Or could it be an EMR 170 in Southern livery? Ooh. Northern Princess Productions, I will... Once I have the long list of requirements, I will play the scenarios, I promise. Right, 2 yellows. We've got a 15 coming up. Steep downhill into Birmingham New Street. The kind of snow's doing some weird artifacting thing on the windscreen at the moment. Right, where's that 15 coming up? We're going uphill slightly anyway, so that speed is going to roll out of us. So we've got 136 of you lovely people watching, which is absolutely amazing. If you haven't already, guys, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. That would be absolutely brilliant. And we got a 10 just there as well. Very slow through New Street. Just letting the gradient take that out there. Ellis, well, hello. How are you doing? Anakin, double yellow signal mean very different in Japan, Rail. What does a double yellow mean in Japan, bud? Birmingham usually quite busy. Yeah, it's must be a strike day. Oh, no, don't get political. All views and opinions expressed within this stream are solely my own. Good question, Chris. Thanks for doing another live stream tonight. I missed the last one. Have you ever been a guard or always a driver? So, Chris, I started as platform staff, then I was platform dispatch staff, then I was a platform shunter, then a shunter driver, and then a mainline driver. So I've never worked as a guard. However, when I started as a driver, in order to qualify as a driver, you had to be competent to guard trains. So I have guarded trains as part of my training, and I was competent to guard trains, but I've never been a guard, if that kind of makes sense. Okay, I've got no idea where the stop car mark here is. Oh, crikey, the weather's getting pretty nasty. We'll stop before we get to that big red light. That's probably a good idea. The weather's getting very nasty. Love it. Okay, I was going to set my DRA, but the signal's just cleared. So we are a free car train on the end of the platform. Doors on the left. And we will jump into Discord. Bluegrass, best SCR update ever when Roblox was dying, when there was nothing. It's the way I've got the screen capture set up on Discord. It kind of doesn't show everything sometimes. It's a bit annoying. Right, wait until 8:23. We've got a few moments. Oh, that weather is turning nasty. I do like the dynamic weather though. It does definitely make for a more interesting drive. Stu, evening Richard, another one in 2 nights. We are blessed. Yeah, there's one every night this week, Stu. We're doing 7 on the bounce. Tomorrow night will be Stepford County Railway on Roblox. Wednesday night will be a Train Sim Classic. And at some point this week as well, we're going to be checking out Great British Railway on Roblox. And of course, guys, Saturday at 7:30, we're going to have a normal stream Saturday at 8:30. Saturday's obviously the last day we're doing this marathon of streams. Let's put wipers on slow. I think we can justify that now. So at 7:30 on Saturday, we're having just a little bit of fun, and it's going to be an absolute one-off. But it's Dad Rail Does Fortnite. So we'll create a private match. We'll see if we can get a few people in there that play Fortnite. It's a non-train thing. It's just going to be 7:30 till 8:30. It's a complete and utter one-off. And you can all come and absolutely thrash me at Fortnite. I thought it'd just be a little bit of fun. And then at 8:30 on Saturday, we'll have the usual stream. Right, we're off to Five Ways. The weather's not very nice at all. It does look really, really beautiful though. Yeah, Max, tomorrow night I've put the thumbnail's gone up as Waterline. However, we're kind of just play it by ear on the day and see where we go. Anakin Hunk, double yellow in Japan. Proceed with extreme caution as you will reach the red signal within a short distance. Oh, thanks very much, Anakin. Hey Justin, just so great channel. I'm set to begin training as a locomotive engineer on Canadian Commuter Railroad next Monday. Love the content. Thanks very much, bud. Really appreciate that. Best of luck with all the training. Do come back and let us know how you get on. Yeah, I've for the Fortnite thing, Rafe, I've got to consult with my. This is quite embarrassing. I've got to consult with my 10, 11-year-old, I don't even know how old he is, 10 or 11-year-old son on how to set up a match. Apparently we can set up a private match or something, and I can send out links or server keys or something so we can all sort of come in on the same match, but I'll sort that out later on in the week and we can all have a little bit of a play. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, guys, it's just a little bit of fun. It'll be a complete and utter one-off, he says. weather is really atmospheric. I'm really, really enjoying the weather. And this route is really good. I think the whole simulation experience on this route, the way the train handles, the sounds, the lighting, Dovetail have done a really, really good job on this. Here we have an example of co-acting signals. So we've got the signal up there, and then down on the floor we've got a co-acting signal. So co-actors are there to help with visibility. And basically they both display the same aspect at the same time. Right, we're looking for the free car mark, which is just there. Visibility is absolutely terrible. Okay, we're free on the free, into neutral, doors on the left.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
Hey Republic of Mancunia, I started my training today with GBRF as a locomotive engineer. Well, from one train manager to another, welcome to GB. I am one of the mentor drivers, bud, as well, so if you need any help throughout your training, you'll find my name in the company address book on your iPad. Do feel free to drop me an email if you need to. Into forward. Okay, we're off to university. Let's get going. What are we saying? Locomotive livery location. Maxwell, you're the third one on my screen, and you'd like number 19.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
Might get a bit more of the train here. Here we go, giving you number 19. 10 seconds, guys. Locomotive livery location. Do let me know your thoughts on that. Demon Eddy, very hard route when it's snowing. Yeah, the bigger problem for me is I've got absolutely no route knowledge. I don't think I've driven this route in this direction. I've driven it in the other directions loads of times thanks to OpenBVE back in the day. But I don't think I've ever driven the route in this direction. I believe this is the first time. So I'm completely and utterly driving by the HUD, driving blind. Oh, lots and lots of love for 456s. Southern 456. LWL is still saying it's a 170. What have we got location-wise? Johnny Simulator's going for Victoria. Officially Charles Tulse Hill. BVE 2010, Norwood Junction. Davidoff, I'm not entirely sure yet. Tomorrow, bud. We'll have to wait and see on the stream. Kingy T, am I looking forward to Edinburgh Glasgow next week? Most definitely. With what they've announced for the route, it sounds very, very promising. So I am looking forward to having a play on that. Delray, I dare you to say Clanfair PG. Ah, got ya. I should make that. That should have been my New Year's resolution to learn how to say that station name in full. CP Trains, no, I didn't manage to get a drive on 56, unfortunately. I did get a cab ride on it. It actually turned up as my personal taxi from Redhill back to Tunbridge. That's a story for another day, but yeah, I did get a cab ride on it, but unfortunately I didn't get to drive it. DT Trains, how do the announcements work on the new route? I am not entirely sure, but I'll be honest with you, I have not played the route yet. Right, we're coming into university. Hopefully I haven't left me braking too late there. Please stand behind the yellow line. Where's that free car stop? Or have we got an S at the end of the platform? We got an S at the end of the platform. We'll head for that. We're actually not doing too bad time-wise as well. I'm quite impressed. Ah, that's a nice stop. We'll take that. Right, we are free on the S. Doors on the left. Chris, do you remember your first drive without an instructor? And were you nervous? Do you know what, Chris? I absolutely do. My first drive without an instructor, my driving instructor was on the train with my driver manager at the time. They were sitting in the first class compartment behind the driver's cab, and I just passed out and signed all my paperwork. Was up at Tunbridge, and I just signed all my paperwork, and we were going back to Hastings, which is where I live. And the train come in, and my manager basically turned around and said, "Oh, you can drive it home." So I got chucked in the seat, and off you go. Yeah, I was quite nervous, but I think at that stage when you, there's a cat climbing behind me. At that stage, you know, you've done a minimum of 225 hours driving, so you're at a level where you're reasonably confident. But even so, not having anyone sitting next to you telling you what you're doing, where you're going right and wrong, and you know, it's quite unnerving to begin with. Daryl Henry, Deborah, I cannot wait. In 2 months, I'm buying my gaming PC to play Train Sim Classic and Train Sim World. My last one blew up 2 years ago. Well, motherboard fry. Oh. Excellent, get back into Train Sim, bud. Right, we're off to Selly Oak. Oh, I think we're going to overshoot this. Oh no, we're going uphill, so we should be alright. You see the WSP working there, the brake gauge is coming up and down. Where's that free car mark? There it is. Can't see out the side window, it's purely guesswork at this point. So we are a free car train, we're on the free car mark, and doors are on the left. Bluegrass, yeah, let's pop over to Discord. Battle Royale, the meme. Excellent. And Fat Frank there, lovely classic picture there. And beautiful large Loco 37. My cat has subscribed to Dad Prowl as well. Do you know what? You're helping me because my son made a bet with me that I couldn't get to 4,500 by the end of the year. Sorry, 16,500 by the end of the month. So you keep making accounts. You're doing me a favour. Right, we're off to Cadbury's World. Let's go get some chocolate. Bourneville. Hashtag purple trains. Not quite, but you know what I mean. Republic of Mancunian, perfect. Yeah, like I say, everyone's more than welcome to join the Discord if you haven't already, and there's an invitation link in the description below. Richard, how much are you selling cab rides for? I should so do that. Concentration level is real. Bourneville, 0.8 miles. So, guys, as a general rule of thumb, if you're driving in the snow, there is a rulebook instruction which says every 3 to 5 minutes you should apply 50% brake application and observe the train speed drop by 10 miles an hour. And the reason you do that... Oh, we have flashing yellow signals, excellent. The reason you do that is to keep the brake rigging nice and warm. So if you're driving along outside, you've got snow blowing into your brake rigging, and that snow gets compacted with inside the brake rigging. It's quite possible that you're going to put your brakes on and nothing's going to happen because you've just got a big lump of ice there. The brakes are not going to move, or you know, there's all sorts of things that could go wrong. So that's why there's a rulebook instruction. Every 3 to 5 minutes you apply a minimum of 50% brake and observe a 10 mile an hour reduction in speed. However, on this route we're constantly braking for the station, so I kind of haven't been doing that, but in the real world you definitely would be. Just to get a bit of heat into your brake rigging, make sure you're keeping it clear of snow and ice. I've never been to Cadbury's World. I must go to Cadbury's World. I've wanted to go there since I was a kid. Where's the free car mark? There it is. I'm told that employees at Cadbury's World get free unlimited chocolate at the end of their shift. However, from what I'm told, they get so sick of eating chocolate by the end of the first week that nobody actually takes very much home. We are a free car train. We're on the free car mark. Our doors are on the left. Gregory Allen, will you explain Fortnite as part of the stream? Yeah, so Gregory, on Saturday at 7:30, as a one-off little bit of fun, we're going to be having a Dad Rail Does Fortnite stream. So that's kind of what the meme's about. It's a complete and utter one-off. Just a little bit of fun. Okay, Kings Norton, 0.9 miles. Last signal was 2 flashing yellows, so I'm expecting the next signal to be 1 flashing yellow. Yeah, Fortnite's definitely not everyone's cup of tea. I don't play it as a rule, but a few people have mentioned it to me before, and I thought, yeah, why not? We'll give it a go. No, Jonathan, I haven't got it yet, but I am definitely getting it. It does look absolutely lovely. One flashing yellow, so we're going to expect our next signal to be 1 static yellow with a route indicator. However, we have got to stop at Kings Norton first. Republic of Mancunian. No, I haven't been out for a little while and done anything out and about, but I definitely need to get back to doing that. D2 Gents, can we get one stream that's off topic every month to spice things up? We'll see how things go. Like I said, I'm not planning on doing it. The Fortnite thing, my son Tommy's going to be helping me with that stream, and it's something he's wanted to do for a long time, and it's something a couple of people have mentioned as a little bit of fun. So we kind of just see how things go with that. Right, we got a green, we got a position 1 route indicator. 30 across the junction. Kings Norton is our next station stop. X-Plane on VATSIM, says Maxwell. I would just embarrass myself, Max, if I'd done that. 100% embarrass myself. How are we doing time? Oh, we're actually running. We're actually running on time. Which I'm quite impressed with. That's not bad going, even if I do say so myself. There's the free car mark. Free on the free, doors on the left. Get them open.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
Migsy Studios, have you driven around Birmingham before? If you mean by train, no. If you mean in a car, yes. Several times on the M42 and the M6. It's a nightmare place to drive. Yeah, we have umbrellas. Umbrella update. Train Simwell free. They still don't have coats on though. Oh, that person kind of has a lightweight jacket. We have umbrellas but no coats. It's obviously the warm kind of snow. Right, we're off to Northfield, 1.4 miles. The next speed limit reduction is 45. We're doing alright for that. Knifed by a kangaroo. You are the 3rd one on my screen with number 21.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
Give your box number 21 in the bottom left there. Here we go. 10 seconds side. Oh! That's coincidental. There appears to be some white stuff on the floor in the picture as well. Yeah, Ellis Thompson, so basically I stream at 8:30. It's always 8:30, apart from Saturday where it's going to be 7:30. I would like to stream earlier, but I have 4 children, the youngest of which is 3 years old. So I have to wait until he's in bed before I can stream. So that is why we stream at 8:30. 2 yellows. Sloth the Jonathan, hello, how we doing? Definitely not Tulse Hill. Johnny Simulator still thinks it's Norwood Junction. Adam, we all went through that embarrassment on VATSIM multiple times. Came out better on the other end. You would be no exception. I don't do too bad on VATSIM. To be fair, when I do play VATSIM, which is not very often, I normally do VFR and I kind of just fly around doing my own thing, staying out of the controlled airspace. I did play it a few weeks ago and I did manage to get a transit at the threshold at Gatwick, which was quite interesting. But yeah, it's I do really enjoy it. Sharia. Right, we've got one yellow. We are looking for the free car mark. We've got an S just there. We'll go for that. Grey signal on the HUD. Yeah, that's a good point. That's weird lighting effects going on there as well. We are free on the S. Doors are on the left. Dadrail, tell us about your landings. No, we always get down safely, Max. Ellis Thompson, you should try Microsoft Flight Simulator. The trouble is, and I know it's been modded now, I don't think Microsoft Flight Simulator natively supports multiple monitors and stuff like that. And I've got some fancy SATEC panels and various other flight sim stuff, and I don't think it supports that. So right, into forward. Okay, we've got one yellow on this signal here. We have a risk called a soy SPAD, which is start on yellow SPAD. So the danger is you pull away from the station, you take full power, you come around the corner, your next signal's red. It's called a soy SPAD, start on yellow. So with that signal at 1 yellow, I've only taken power notch 2, which would be good practice in the real world. So you kind of situational awareness comes into play, commentary driving, stuff like that. Yeah, aeronautics, turn on next. I'm not going to turn that on because I kind of like driving without it. Soy sauce SPAD, Dadrail. So yeah, not knowing the route very well, I'm going to shut off power there. Like I've said before in previous streams, red signals are brick walls and we don't run towards brick walls. So yeah, if in doubt, creep about. Soy sauce SPAD, I like that. Ellis, what does a flashing yellow mean? A flashing yellow means you'll be taking, you'll be turning off. Basically, you'll be going over a set of points at a junction, so you'll be turning off the line that you're currently on. Right, red ahead, red ahead, red ahead. There's our TPWS loop. It's going to give it a little bit more power because we're going uphill. I'm going to miss the 321s when they go. I went to Manningtree with Richard the Train Spotter more a couple of years ago to see the 321s. And there is our red. It's at the end of the platform at Longbridge. See, if I had a bit more route knowledge and knew where I was going, I might have been a bit more confident coming up to that signal a little bit faster. But having absolutely zero route knowledge on this, if in doubt, creep about. And coming up towards a red signal, we're stopping for the signal rather than the platform, so we're coming in a lot slower than we usually would. Especially in these weather conditions here as well, we could get a low speed slide and go straight past that, which we definitely don't want to be doing. The signal has now cleared, which is very friendly indeed. There's our S-car mark. Somewhere around there, I reckon. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We're a free car train. We're on the free car mark. Doors are on the left. And
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
yeah, Demon Eddie, approach control. It could very well be approach control. So if you're not sure what approach control is, guys, we've got the position 4 junction indicator on this signal here, which tells us we're going to go through these sets of points to the right. That's a 20-mile-an-hour speed restriction. If we was to come all the way up here on greens and then suddenly get to here and need to be doing 20 across this set of points, it could get very, very messy. So what they do is something called approach control, which is where they check us down to a red signal, which forces us to slow down. And then when we approach the signal, it changes, so we've already slowed down before we go through the points. As drivers, we are taught, we're taught that approach control signals do not exist. They absolutely do exist. But as a driver, you should never ever assume that a signal is going to change. So you never assume that a signal is approach controlled and it's going to change. It could be that you approach a signal 500 times and 499 times it changes, but it'd be the one time it doesn't change when you're expecting it to. You'll be coming up to it a bit too fast and you'll go straight through it. Yeah, so we never assume a signal is going to change. A red signal is a red signal until it changes. So 20 coming out of here. We can get a little bit of speed up as well now, can't we? We can get up to 90, which is nice. Maxwell, you've absolutely nailed it again. You're the third number on my screen with number 9.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Let's give you number 9, guys. Let's see if we can get that location. There isn't a great deal to go on location-wise. There is something in that picture which is a bit of a clue. Jonathan says 9 would reveal the station name. The station name is not in the picture, I can tell you that much. Shario King, think it's West Croydon. Mixie Studios, Southern 456 at Norbury. Going for Sellers, DET trains. Republic of Mancunius 456 Norbury. Shario says it's not Norbury. Anakin, what if ATO spad? If ATO has a spad, it's not the driver's fault as far as I know. The driver doesn't take any responsibility for trains running under ATO. So 2 yellows. I've also had a little rub at the brakes there because it is snowing. So just keeping that brake rigging clear. I think we can put that down to intermittent now as well. Adam Farkas, I must admit I would always prefer travelling on older trains where you can hear and feel all the clacks and squeaks and everything. Train like modern trains are just dampened yeah, you're completely right. My favourite loco to drive that I sign is the Class 73. It's like a 1960s built. I don't know if you're familiar with the 73, but like 1960s built. And it is exactly that. You can hear all the relays clicking and you can hear the camshaft winding up and you just know what it's doing. You can hear what it's doing, you can feel it. It's got character. It's a machine, it lives, it breathes. 1 yellow. Yeah, modern trains are like milk floats, aren't they? It's just, one handle, stop and go. But yeah, no, I'm completely of the same opinion. GSMR has bugged out again. We are red ahead. There is our red. So we want to be doing no more than 20 mile an hour over the AWS magnet before the signal. That'll be company dependent as well. So, for example, a lot of freight companies say 10 miles an hour. Some passenger companies are 15. The company I used to work for said 20, no more than 20 at the AWS magnet. That'll be something they're looking for as well. When your train gets downloaded, as train drivers, you're subject to random download to the black box. One of the things they'll be looking for is speed over the AWS magnet to make sure you're complying company driving policy. And we are red ahead, and that signal is red until it changes. There we go, we have a green. Position 1 junction indicator, 15 mile an hour around the corner into Barnt Green. So the 15's over the points, we can get a little bit of speed up. Ollie's Trains game, the snow driving simulated pretty well. It's quite nice. It's yeah, that's not bad at all. There's our 15. Look, I'm reading the chat instead of driving a train. We'll take that. We made it. We made it. It's close enough. Teacher, I've been waiting for the semaphore signalling video for over half a year now. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I have that thing is actually scripted, and a lot of the artwork for the animations is done. I can't see me stop car mark here. This is pretty bad. Oh, there's a free. Just about spotted that there. With the curvature on the platform, not great. Is it somewhere around there? Oh, look at that. Perfect. Free on the free. And doors on the left. Yeah, the snow is thanks to the dynamic weather. I didn't turn that on. It was clear when we left. And it's got quite snowy. Right, we're off to Alvechurch. We're nearly at the end of the stream, guys. We've only got a couple more stations.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
Anyone going to get this? LLLLLL. Cold air comes in. Can't be having that. Ellis Thompson, what is the worst train operator in the UK? Oh, I think that's probably very subjective. We'll put that to the membership. We'll put that to the Dad Route Massive. What do you think, guys? In your opinions, what's the worst train operating company in the UK? Dare me to play the X-rated video of the signaller at Alvechurch. Everyone runs to YouTube to find it. Who have we got? As we go on to the single line up towards Redditch. Pig and Bob. You're the third one on my screen with number 14.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
Gonna give you box number 14, guys. 10 seconds, locomotive livery location. Do let me know what you are thinking. Mike says GBRF. No comment. Craig says Avanti at the moment. Aeronautics, Southeastern. Transport from Berkshire, Southern. I'm speeding. We're going downhill. Alvechurch, 0.9 miles. Sam Robinson. Selhurst or Wimbledon? Selhurst. Transport from Berkshire, Southern 456 at West Croydon. Lots of love for Selhurst. Lots of love for Wimbledon. And Balham there, Aeronautics suggesting. Sam Brooks, it's not Wimbledon. Ellis Thompson, worst talk, ScotRail. Avanti TP is the only service that goes around Doncaster to Clearthorpes, and Northern is only on weekends at the moment. Okay. DT Trains is going for Selhurst. There is something in that picture. There is something in that picture. Already, if you look carefully, there is something in that picture that may make you change your mind, those that think it's Selhurst.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
We'll do another round as we are getting very close to the end of the stream. I can reveal though, guys, someone a couple of rounds ago did post it correctly. There's the free car mark. Stop, 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 stop. It's on the platform. We've got a whole 3 on the free. There we go. We've got a whole stream without tea and biscuits at the moment, so I'm quite happy about that. This could be a Dad Rail first. This could be the first stream where we do the whole stream without tea and biscuits. What are we posting numbers-wise, guys? I want to get this one. Daryl Henry, you have got number 10. You're the third one on my screen.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
We'll give you number 10. I'll give you a little bit of a clue, guys, as well on this one. Have a look directly above box number 24. If you have a look directly above box number 24, that should give you some idea about where we may or may not be. That's all I'm going to say on the matter for the minute. Jonathan, I'm almost certain it's West Croydon. Sam, mind the grids at Redditch, jinxing the tea. Haven't had me biscuits, I'm wasting away. Fat Richard. Network Panda, Dad Rail, it's not a Dad Rail stream without tea and biscuits, and it's going to go downhill whether you like it or not. Oh, the snow's clearing up. The weather's getting good, so we'll go faster, and then we're gonna try really, really hard not to do those loops. Republican Mancunian 7456 West Croydon. TG Jones West Croydon because everyone's saying it. Do you have custard creams? Normally chocolate bourbons, but we don't mind a custard cream. I have got at the moment in my cupboard. I have got chocolate Oaties. Oh. It's almost worth pausing the stream to go and grab a chocolate oatie. Well, there's a 60 there. I'm not having tea and biscuits for that small violation of the speed limit. That does look absolutely gorgeous. See if we get a nice flyby shot. Snow being kicked up as well there. That is absolutely lovely. That does look pretty. Question of the stream: hobnobs or custard creams? Oh, we're speeding again. That still doesn't constitute tea and biscuits. We're back up to 70. Daytona plain Oaties. Oh, are Jaffa cakes biscuits or cakes? That's like the old Kit Kat debate. Is a Kit Kat a biscuit? Or is it a chocolate bar? Right, we're coming up to a 30. I'm going to get me brakes in. We are going downhill. I'm going to get me brakes in nice and early because this could be a Dad Rail stream without tea and biscuits. Driving extra cautiously now because there's bound to be TPWS grids approaching this. Loco CL66 got invited into Acton Wells Signal Box this afternoon for coffee and biscuits. That is a... I've never been inside Acton Wells. I've been in Canal Wharf, never been in Acton Wells. There's never anyone in Acton Wells. Every time I go past, I always sort of try and wave, but there never seems to be anyone there. So we've got a fixed distance signal there. That is basically the same as one yellow, that sign there, so we treat it as such. We didn't have tea and biscuits on the Great Western Express stream. Sam, you were conducting on that one. That's probably why we had someone professional. Just so they know we're coming. Why are we going so slow? This has got stupid now. We're not due until 9:03 though, to be fair. We have time to waste. We have time to waste. Let's do one more round.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
No worries, Ellis. Thank you very much for joining us. We are just approaching the final station. Really appreciate your company. I'm going so slow, this is ridiculous. A to Z by local bus. If people don't use the trains that are running, do the train companies still get money from the government to cover any losses? It depends on the franchise agreement. A lot of the companies now are in what they call management contracts, so the companies get paid to manage the railway. So the government pays them a set amount to run the trains, and all the fare revenue goes to the government. So the companies get paid no matter what, basically. So round the corner into Redditch Terminal Station, we want to be doing no more than 15 at the ramps, and we want to make sure we're doing no more than 10 for the TPWS loops, which you can just about see in the 4-foot up ahead. If we're doing more than 10 over those loops, then it will chuck the emergency brakes in. Because the TPWS does... The grids have just disappeared under the snow. The TPWS does work. We've got an on-time arrival as well. We have a low-speed slide now and hit the stops. That really wouldn't be good news. No, I'm taking it. That's it. So step 3, we're going to set our DRA because the buffer stop is a red signal into neutral. We're a 3-car train. We're on the buffer stops. Doors are on the left. And because we're changing ends, we are going to tail lights on, headlight marker lights off. Oh, it wants me to lock doors. That's annoying. And key is out. Take the door key out as well there. Okay, what are we doing? What are the scores? It's a gold medal attempt. Gravelly Hill was bad. 43 yards off. Alfchurch wasn't good either. We'll take that. That's not bad, guys. We will absolutely take that. Demon Eddie, awesome drive. Thank you very much. Network Panda, you opened your doors 3 seconds late. I know. There's no tea and biscuits, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. What can I say? What can I say? All I can say is...
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Shakairo King. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I think it's Shakairo King. You actually got this a couple of rounds ago. I'm going to give you... I'm just going to give everyone else... 24. 23. So you have got buffer stops. That's what I think is the plan. I'll give you 3 and 4 as well. A few seconds. Just to tell me where you think that might be. Now we've got a little bit of stuff going on in the background. I shall just wait for the chat to catch up and give you a few seconds. There you go. Jonathan saying 456 at West Croydon. Shakairo 456. Yeah, West Croydon. West Croydon. 456 West Croydon. Here you go, guys.
It's time to reveal today's locomotive livery location.
Absolutely beautiful, and what a fantastic picture from Loco CL66 there. Thank you very much, Bob, for sending that one in. And that is indeed a Class 456 Southern at West Croydon. and I'm ashamed to say... Ashamed to say? I don't know if I'm ashamed to say. I am old enough to remember 456s running on Southern. I know, and beautiful, beautiful units. Used to get them on the London Bridge to London Victoria services via Peckham Rye, Denmark Hill and all around there, which was absolutely lovely. So, guys, do you know what? It doesn't work! We'll try that again. Now the stream is complete. I'm satisfied that the stream is now complete. We've had a tea and biscuits moment. The stream is complete. There we go. Thank you very, very much for joining me, guys. Thank you to everyone who contributed as well and all my members. That is absolutely fantastic. Some very generous people in tonight. And thank you very much just for being here and watching and keeping me entertained in the chat. It's what it's all about. We have a good laugh and hopefully you've learnt something and I've learnt something as well. If you haven't already, guys, please do remember to hit that like button and subscribe. It really, really does help me out. Tomorrow night's stream, 8:30, will be on Stepford County Railway. Those of you who would like to play along, if you head over to the Discord server, you'll find a SCR thingy-majiggy over there, and then I can give you access and get you into the server before tomorrow. Or just come and join us and join in the chat and see how many spads we can have in SCR tomorrow. It's normally a laugh. Thank you very, very much for watching, guys. Much appreciated. I'm going to press that button there. Hopefully the music's playing, because I can't hear it at my end. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.